I said to myself earlier on this Saturday, I don't know if this is going to come out on the Saturday, on later Saturday or Sunday, but I said I was not going to record because I was in a terrible state. And given how this day has gone, like, things have just gone from bad to worse, that whatever consequences are in store for this episode, it's probably going to be the highlight of my day as of recording. Because I will be, because my friends that I'm going to be in contact with later, they're going to cheer me up. But yeah, I thought the real life issues that, because I didn't get the chance to record on the morning because I wasn't in the right mindset after real life issues really put a dampener on my mood. So I thought I would take some time to focus, come back the following day energized, happier, and watch some F1 that would hopefully boost my mood. Oh, being a Ferrari fan is so fun. I'm a sadist. Like, I just enjoy this pain. But yeah, I thought, you know what? I need some light in this day, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the second best TV show of all time, and even the most consequential thing to happen in this episode will still probably be the highlight as of recording. So yeah, I could do with this. So I don't know if this is going to come out on the Saturday or the Sunday, but it's like later than it usually is in terms of recording. But yeah, hello everyone, Liam Catterson here. This is, I think it's called From the Ashes. I think that's the episode. Because I was going to say Ashes to Ashes, but I think that was the 100, so yeah. But this is episode 11 of season 6 for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I believe next week we're going to have a two-parter. So I should be able, with my new internet, huzzah, I should be able to release the 2 episodes on this Saturday, but we'll just have to wait and see. There's no F1 on next week, so that gives me a bit. That gives me a boost in that. So yeah, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff that came out of last week's episode because we got to find out why Coulson and Sarge are so closely linked, and that was all to do with when Coulson closed the fear dimension off. He accidentally unknowingly created a copy of himself. And we also got to find out what that mystery monolith was. Well, it wasn't basically confirmed, but it basically was as well, in a sense, because Fitz theorized that it was the creation, and it makes sense. Like I said, with the pillars of the building blocks of the universe, it does make sense. But yeah, it was pretty hectic, as well as this mystery game that was going on with Izel taking forms left, right, and center and killing Davis. God damn. And yeah, I was right. Seska was upset, as I expected, because I did say Jess is going to be upset, and she was. But I do feel so bad for Davis. I feel so bad for Piper as well, because her and him were like best buddies. They bantered on a bit, and it just sucked. But yeah, Izel has taken Yo-Yo, and Mac has gone along with her, so great stuff. But why don't we get the show on the road? This is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode 11 of season 6. Looking forward to this. So with that said, let's go.
Keep hurting us all she wants.
Would it be like a bottle, like if you shake up a cola bottle and then that energy?
Anyone that would know Benson.
Well, that's a name I haven't heard before.
Oh, you bitch! You played with him, you bitch! She was
Let's give this Benson a call.
No, Benson doesn't like you. He doesn't even know who you are, but he doesn't like you. No.
Izel just overwhelms us again?
Whatever can stop her is in...
Team Fitzsimmons
Coulson
is searching for a way to prevent that. They will come up with something.
Because Fitzsimmons is amazing.
Honestly, maybe it's just tech.
Yeah, it could just be a gadget.
I think that's doubtful because her powers are so innate.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, it's not tech.
It could also be the...
I love how Deke's trying to chime in.
Thought process. Please just tell me how to prevent her from wearing a body like a sock puppet.
We'll find something.
We're on top of it.
If you have his memories, can feel what he felt, I'm hoping that you will...
Not the cure for your loneliness.
Oh, dang. That's gonna hurt. Oof. Big dent. Oh, that's powerful.
I hope that Coulson is somehow back.
I wish he was back. To remind you of the days I was your SO.
Oh.
And also, to look for the good no matter how scared you are to face it. You want to force it out of him?
Loving this
Go ahead.
callback.
But if it backfires, it's on you. We have enough to worry about with Mac and Yo-Yo MIA.
I mean, she's kind of got a point, but you can understand why Daisy's a bit concerned as well.
Give me the location. That's an order.
Coded messages between Yo-Yo and... Oh, boy.
Alright, well, if you've made up your mind.
She's gonna inhabit him. Oh! Okay, well, that was even worse! This bitch! I hate her!
I've already lost everything that matters. Death doesn't scare me.
Maybe it doesn't. But there must be something you fear.
Leave him alone. Just get lost. It does break your heart as well when he says, I've lost everything already.
Working out your own rage. May said I was like a father to you.
Uh-oh.
Daddy issues.
You.
Well, you sensed it first time.
Do you understand? You are nothing. So if you think that this manipulative crap is going to work on me, you're wasting your time.
But surely there's a part of her that's breaking. Yeah, you can see it on her face. Like, cool.
I went with you to find Fitz.
We both know it wasn't just that.
She was running away from her.
You have a
her
pattern.
pain.
It happened after you got your powers.
Lincoln.
After Lincoln, you walked away.
That has nothing to do with
This is her
Everything
defense
around here
mechanism.
reminded you of Cole. I was recently reminded that it doesn't do any good to keep things bottled up. All I'm saying is, if you need us, we are here.
She's just trying to put on that strong front. That's damn Gemma.
One of us will always be awake.
To get murdered by the one that isn't.
And I knew that getting Izel off the base would buy the team some time. They'll figure out a way to stop her.
But there's something more, isn't there?
I can see how that's a smart plan.
But I can see that being a believable part of the plan, but
Feels
there
good
is
to argue
something
again,
more.
doesn't it? Thomas. How did I get here?
Oh no, this is playing
I thought
with
I'd
his.
never see you again.
It's not real. You're a bitch. You have problems. I'm guessing this is Coulson saying how proud he is of Daisy and how he sees her like a daughter. I can't. This is.
None of it belongs to me.
He wants to be his own person.
I think you are something.
In heart, you're so awesome. Oh, she tried to enhance the memories.
I want to see it come out.
And he's alive. Again.
Daisy, get out of there. It's not safe.
He's gonna die more times than Doctor Strange.
I want to hear what he has to say.
Daisy,
Driving.
I've come to bargain.
No.
Izel, you are horrid. She is absolutely sick.
Anywhere, so talk.
Oh, more memory. Ooh,
I
druid-like
can't
things?
stay in this room.
Show me what you are.
You don't know what you're doing.
How many more times do I need to snap your neck?
We could do this. We could do this all day. Can she see that? No, I'm sure she can see the. Woo! You asked and you received. Daisy, worth it! Worth it!
I would have come for you too.
Oh. Kiss! Ah.
We're changing course.
Benson must have given her the coordinates.
Yep.
We need to make a move.
He has no choice, to be fair.
Oh, her plan.
Yes! Oh!
Be ready, Doctor.
Oh, Yo-Yo! Yes! Ah, oh, this is part of the plan, surely.
It's open. Let them come.
Fun. Well, stop it. We've got a sword.
Look at myself. Come on, what are you waiting for? Do it! Kill me, Sky! If it works on me, it'll work on her. But you have to do it now before I get it.
No, I can't do it.
You've always been capable of more than you think. Now do it. Do it!
This is... Oh, no.
Do it.
There's a side of... She can't. She can't. Oh, this is... Oh no, this is heartbreaking.
If they're gonna pass through each other or intertwine,
She's aligning her atoms to harmonic resonance.
so we just need to disrupt the harmonic frequency like these do.
Why
Yeah.
they're so effective against the Shrike?
We need to design something compact to send an
Why he
audible
was
frequency
fidgety
that
when she had the
reverberate through
sword.
our bodies.
Matching the frequency of this alloy out of phase.
It'll create a sonic barrier.
Yeah, I'm gonna get started on a design.
Good on Deke!
It needs to be wearable.
Like a belt buckle.
I like it.
My family!
And we could
He made his grandparents proud!
All Coulson wanted was for us to take care of each other.
So...
And I think if we do that for Sarge, that he'll do the same for us.
Yep. Yep. Hello? Oh!
How did I get here?
What? Wait. From the time monolith and see.
have learned
Oh
more than anticipated.
shit. Oh boy. I think you got a good hit with that.
You have your new targets.
Get lost. We know what's going on in your minds. Get lost. Dang. Flint, though. Holy shit. Like, if you asked me what would be my predictions for Season 6 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Flint would not be on there. Like, that is honestly so surprising. And yet, it works so well with the fact that he was involved with the whole Time Monolith thing in Season 5. He had that connection with Mac and Yo-Yo. Where I think even I thought, okay, well, he could be their child, surely. And then Yo-Yo's bragging rights to Izel at the end, because she was on point. Like, Izel was a bit lost because she needed those the monolith to be recreated so her people can have that bridge to Earth, and Yo-Yo was not having any of it, and then Flint shows up, and nobody was expecting that. I wasn't expecting it. Flint seemingly wasn't expecting it. So yeah, and it works so well. Like I said, it's brilliant. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. continuing to really, really be impressive in terms of their ideas, their twists. It's just like this show just never ceases to amaze me, especially with this episode, with how strong it was in terms of character building. I'll just turn you around. But yeah, this was a very strong episode in terms of character development. Because there was a lot of great moments in this episode in terms of like from small bits like Deke helping Fitzsimmons out, creating a stronger bond to his family, to Yo-Yo Mac addressing their relationship, and Daisy addressing her inner feelings. I felt like this was a very strong episode, as well as it calling back to previous seasons. Like, for example, one of the big things about Daisy was that she still had her past, but she still had the loss of Coulson bottled up. And Simmons stated, I think there was another reason. I think there was a reason you came to space, to run away from your issues, because you've done this a few times before, and here we go again. So I really liked that touch in this episode so much. And oh my god, Daisy was incredible this episode. Like, what I really loved about Daisy was she tried to put on a strong front, and I thought it was very leaderish for her, and they needed a leader at this point. And I've always thought that Daisy, like that they are building, like when the show ends, Daisy will probably take the helm of S.H.I.E.L.D. potentially, if S.H.I.E.L.D. still exists by the end of season 7. But I think they did a pretty stellar job at making her very confident, but she was also trying to brush aside that feeling. But it was still very beautiful to see, in my opinion. And yeah, it was just really great stuff. I thought the moment that Sarge told May that he wasn't the cure for her loneliness, that was very, very heartbreaking. And I could see like Daisy's concern, pointing that concern about May's affection for Coulson and how that could hinder her a bit. Like, but then again, that was before we hit that speed bump where Daisy was running it once again. So yeah, that was really, really good. But it was but I liked the plot in this episode where Daisy was trying to let out the beast inside Sarge. Sarge was not having any of it, and then she took some very drastic measures, like trying to build the memories back up, because I think we saw how Sarge was once Coulson hit the breach and made a copy of himself accidentally. We saw how Sarge came to be, because we had that formation of Sarge where he was lying on the floor. So yeah, I thought they were very drastic measures. But Daisy, yeah, she was not playing around in this episode, and I mean, we did have faith in Daisy because she was not going to jeopardize. I think, well, she did not account, I guess, that she would be whacked like that by Sarge once she did get the beast unleashed. But she was not planning for the lighthouse to be compromised in the same vein that Izel compromised the lighthouse. She was just trying to because this whole episode was trying to get Sarge on our side and use him against Izel, whilst Fitzsimmons as well were focusing on a way to kill Izel, which I really adored so much, the Fitzsimmons bit. Because I do love them so much, but it was great to see them in their natural habitat. Trying to think of a way to stop Izel. And then Deke, for crying out loud, he was chiming in with no help whatsoever, and then he hits it at the very end with the fact that the frequency of the sword creates a disturbance for Izel and the other non-corporeal beings. So I'm not so sure if that's similar to like the pipes in a sense, like when they release a frequency, like I'm thinking Spider-Man with Venom. So I'm not so sure if it's like that, but yeah, we kind of get the idea, especially when Daisy confronted Sarge with the sword drawn, and yeah, it was all going to hell, and that's what prompts Deke to think, what if we Yeah, so I really liked it. It was so funny though to see Deke chime in, no help whatsoever. Um, and the thing is, it wasn't like Fitz was annoyed whatsoever. Like Fitz, I think last season Fitz would probably be annoyed, but Fitz and Gemma were like discussing how to kill Izel. Deke was chiming in, and then he comes up with the solution. And I thought it was so wholesome when Deke found that acceptance. He was like, "I did my grandparents proud." So I really love this. I really do. I do love how Deke is becoming so involved with Fitzsimmons. It's beautiful, and I love the differences in terms of his relationship with his family from last season to this season. I think it's really beautiful to see. So yeah, but this was really great in terms of Daisy's episode. I thought the spotlight on her and how she confronted her unaddressed emotions regarding Coulson was brilliantly done, because I don't think we've touched too much upon. I mean, we did see that emotion at the end of season 5 with Daisy accepting the fact that she was losing Coulson, but we didn't get too much on Daisy's thought process. I mean, it's been a year, so she would have coped, but that's the thing. We didn't get too much on I feel on like Daisy, if you get what I mean, and we didn't. And I think the way they addressed Daisy's mindset in this episode and how it correlates to her past with Lincoln, with everything, works so brilliantly, especially with the letter and how she was so much stronger when she came back to confront Sarge, because she even said, "I know you're not Coulson anymore." Well, not that you were to begin. I mean, I still see Sarge as Coulson in the sense, especially at that scene where she was ready to slay Sarge and bits of Coulson were coming out. When he called her Sky, oy, and she's always been more that's like when he was saying she's always been more capable than you know. That was a Sarge line as well. That was a Coulson line, should I say, as well. So that was really beautiful, and I was not ready for those emotions whatsoever. But yeah, even though that this is someone completely different, there is a bit of Coulson inside, and even Daisy knows that. She was ready to slay him. At that point, she couldn't. And then they even discussed about the fact where we should probably accept Sarge as one of us, like Coulson accepted us, and especially with the fact that maybe we are not totally done with Coulson. Like when you think about it, like we might not be totally done with Coulson, especially with those memories. Like there's been hints that Coulson could return. I've made like even before the reveal about how Sarge had Coulson's DNA, I made those theories. So and I think like I addressed this in the comment section. I think with season 7 being the last season, I think they will bring Coulson back fully and not just these remnants like in this episode, as a great homage to it's a great parting gift, I feel, to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well as whatever else they're going to do. They'll probably bring back Brett Dalton as well. They've got to, but that's what I was saying to someone in the comment section last week. I think Coulson's going to fully come back as a great parting gift to the fan base, because I think this season works well with season 5 being the end of Coulson, and then season 6 picking up from Coulson's absence, and then we have someone wearing Coulson's face, and how are they dealing with this? I think they are doing this supremely well, and I think season 7, they will. There's going to be a way for Coulson Sarge to become Coulson and not just show remnants of Coulson. So, yeah, I am really excited to see what they will do with Sarge, because I'm sure Clark Gregg is going to be on season 7. I'm sure he is, even if it he would be anyways, but even if he was directing, because I know he directed an episode last year in this season. I think he directed the opening episode of this season, but in some way they've got to have Coulson around, like whether it's a parting gift or they've got to have Coulson around. So I'm sure he's going to. So I'm 99.9% certain that Clark Gregg is going to be sticking around with the cast next season. But like I said, this episode did great bits at developing characters. And it made you hate Izel even further, especially with what she did to Benson. That was uncalled for. What I really like, though, that these last 2 episodes have really done a great job at making us hate Izel, at making Izel a formidable, like, she's a really amazingly done villain, in my opinion. And I don't like they took their time to introduce Izel and drop the bombshell, and from that point on they've developed her villainy, so I'm really liking that. We had that moment where she was pretending to be Mac as well, and that made Yo-Yo mention Benson. So I really loved what Izel did, and Yo-Yo as well. Like, they had a plan to put Benson out of Izel's sight so he can contact the team, which Izel sees as an opportunity for lunch for her new friends. Like I said, it would be so funny if her friends were like, yeah, actually, since you left, we've been having a lot more freedom. I think we're going to stay here in some sense. No, but yeah, I really loved them developing Izel further in this episode and how manipulative she was in this, but also the theme about how this episode went into uncovering stuff that people might not want to face. Daisy with her emotions to with the loss of Coulson and how she bottled that up, which I really loved the discussion with Gemma. Benson with his partner, Sarge with who he really was. He didn't want to uncover that. So I really felt like this episode did a good job at establishing that theme. But yeah, because especially with Daisy, and especially how Chloe did a brilliant job at presenting that grief, because like the main part of this story for Daisy was her coming to terms with losing who was basically her father figure. And I think, like I said, Chloe did a fantastic job at trying to put on a brave face, but in the end, yeah, so especially with that letter read, which in some degree, I kind of like the fact that we didn't get that trope where the writer of the letter voice, because we kind of got an idea of what it would say when Daisy read the letter. I'm kind of glad they didn't go that direction, because we knew what it was going to say beforehand, and Daisy's reaction kind of confirmed it. So yeah, but it was still very emotional because you could just imagine what it would say in your head, and yeah, like I said, seeing Daisy's reaction was heartbreaking. But like I said, this was a really fantastic episode in terms of building characters and building towards the final 2 episodes, which is going to be insane, especially with Flint there. Like I said, if someone actually predicted that Flint would somehow show up this season, I applaud you, because I don't think even the tea leaves could have predicted that. But no, it was just brilliant how they incorporated that, and it makes so much sense, not just with who's currently with Izel, but in terms of Izel's what Izel's currently wanting for her plan to come to fruition. So yeah, and given what happened in the last season, like I said, it makes sense with how Deke came from the future to the present day, and yeah. So I can't wait to see what happens in the finale. But I'm just saddened because next week will be the last week of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a year, and then this time next year we'll be saying goodbye to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. entirely. Yeah, okay, so positive thoughts. This episode was awesome. I really enjoyed it, so yeah. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!